The quantum detection array aboard the UES Hawking erupted in a cascade of alerts, breaking the monotonous silence that had pervaded the bridge for the past 3 months. Commander Sarah Chen looked up from her data pad, dark eyes narrowing at the holographic display that had suddenly materialized above the science station. "Report," she ordered, rising from her chair with fluid grace that betrayed her zero-gravity upbringing. Dr. Marcus Webb, the ship's lead quantum physicist, was already immersed in the incoming data streams. His fingers danced across the haptic interface as he studied the anomalous readings. "Commander, we're picking up quantum entanglement signatures unlike anything we've ever encountered. The pattern suggests artificial manipulation, but it's operating on principles that shouldn't be possible according to our current understanding of physics." The UES Hawking, humanity's most advanced scientific vessel, had been dispatched to the outer reaches of explored space to study gravitational anomalies. Instead, they had stumbled upon something far more intriguing. "Location?" Chen asked, moving to stand behind Webb's station. "Approximately 2.3 light-years from our current position, originating from the Epsilon Eridani sector." Lieutenant Jessica Patel responded from navigation. "The signal appears to be moving." Chen felt her pulse quicken. Moving quantum signatures meant only one thing. They weren't alone out here. "Dr. Webb, what's your assessment?" "Natural phenomenon." Webb shook his head, his excitement barely contained. "No way, Commander. These patterns are too precise, too structured. This is communication. Advanced technology far beyond our current capabilities. Someone out there is using quantum entanglement for faster-than-light communication." The bridge crew fell silent, the weight of the moment hanging heavy in the recycled air. Humanity had long theorized about the existence of alien civilizations, but despite centuries of exploration, they had found only ruins and remnants of long-dead species. "Commander," Lieutenant Patel's voice carried an edge of urgency. "The signal's strength is increasing. Whatever's generating, it is on an intercept course with our position." Chen straightened her uniform, years of training kicking in. "Sound general quarters. Bring all defensive systems online, but keep them passive. Lieutenant Kumar, prepare first contact protocols." The next 30 minutes passed in tense preparation. The UES Hawking might be a science vessel, but it carried state-of-the-art defensive capabilities. Humanity had learned the hard way never to send ships into deep space without the means to protect themselves. "Contact," Patel announced. "Emerging from quantum space, now." The main view screen flickered to life, revealing a sight that left the entire bridge crew speechless. A vessel of impossible geometric shapes phased into normal space, its hull seeming to shift and flow like liquid metal. But what caught Chen's attention were the clear signs of damage across its surface. This ship had been in a fight. "Commander," Kumar's voice was tight with tension. "We're receiving a transmission. They're using Earth Standard English." Chen blinked in surprise but maintained her composure. "Put it through." The view screen shifted to show a humanoid figure, but any similarity to Earth's inhabitants ended there. The being's crystalline skin refracted light in mesmerizing patterns, and its eyes, all 4 of them, held an intelligence that sent shivers down Chen's spine. "Greetings, warriors of Earth." The being spoke, its voice carrying harmonics that shouldn't have been possible through standard audio systems. "I am Nexus Guide Zaraki of the Luminous Confluence. We seek sanctuary from those who would destroy all we have built. Our pursuers follow close behind, and they bring with them the end of civilizations." Chen leaned forward, her decision already made. "I am Commander Sarah Chen of the United Earth Ship Hawking. What exactly is pursuing you, Nexus Guide?" The alien's crystalline features darkened. "They call themselves the Void Hunters. They seek to harvest advanced civilizations for their technology, leaving nothing but empty husks behind. We believed ourselves safe, hidden behind quantum barriers and temporal shields. We were wrong. Now they come, and with them, death follows." "How long do we have?" Chen asked, her mind already racing through options. Hours, perhaps less. Commander, we do not ask you to stand with us. Your species is young, unknown to the greater galaxy. You need not share our fate. Chen smiled, a gesture that seemed to surprise their alien visitor. On Earth, we have a saying, Nexus Guide. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good people to do nothing. We'll stand with you. As if in response to her words, proximity alerts began blaring across the bridge. Lieutenant Patel's voice cut through the chaos. Multiple quantum space ruptures detected. Large vessels emerging. Commander, they're launching fighters. The Void Hunters had arrived, and humanity was about to show the galaxy exactly what a species forged in the crucible of Earth was capable of. The Void Hunters' ships emerged from quantum space like predators breaking the surface of a dark ocean. Their vessels were angular, aggressive constructs of black metal that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. Commander Chen counted at least 7 capital ships, each one dwarfing the UES Hawking. Status report, Chen ordered, her voice steady despite the odds arrayed against them. 15 fighter-class vessels deployed, Lieutenant Patel reported. Energy readings suggest weapons we've never encountered before. Their shields operate on principles similar to our quantum barrier technology, but magnitudes more powerful. Dr. Webb's hands flew across his console. Commander, I'm detecting massive energy buildups in their forward arrays. They're preparing to fire. The lead Void Hunter vessel's communication request cut through their tactical displays. Chen nodded to Kumar, and the bridge screen filled with an image that made several crew members involuntarily step back. The Void Hunter commander appeared almost insectoid, its carapace gleaming with embedded technology, multiple compound eyes reflecting the harsh lighting of its bridge. Primitive vessel. The creature's synthesized voice grated through the speakers. You harbor fugitives of the confluence. Surrender them immediately or be destroyed with them. Your species is unknown to us. This need not be your end. Chen stood, her posture radiating calm authority. This is Commander Chen of the United Earth Ship Hawking. The luminous confluence vessel is under our protection. Any hostile action against them will be considered an act of war against humanity. The Void Hunter commander's mandibles clicked in what might have been amusement. You protect them with a science vessel. Your species must be very young indeed to make such foolish choices. Young doesn't mean helpless, Chen replied. She signaled to Kumar to mute the transmission. Lieutenant Patel, begin emergency quantum calculations. Dr. Webb, I need options. Webb's eyes lit up with sudden understanding. The quantum signatures we detected earlier. Commander, if we can replicate the confluence's quantum communication technology using our own systems, we could call for help. Chen finished. How long? 10 minutes, maybe less. But Commander, even if we succeed, the nearest Earth fleet is days away. Chen's smile held a predator's edge. Who said anything about calling Earth? She gestured for Kumar to reopen the channel. Void Hunter Commander, I offer you one chance to withdraw. You know nothing of humanity or our capabilities. This is your only warning. The alien commander's response was to launch another wave of fighters. They're targeting the confluence vessel, Paddle reported. Our shields won't hold against their main weapons. Chen activated the ship-wide comm. All hands, battle stations. Engineering, divert all non-essential power to the quantum arrays. Dr. Webb, begin your calculations. Lieutenant Kumar, show them why Earth vessels never travel unarmed. The UES Hawking's defensive systems might have been designed for scientific research, but like everything humanity built for deep space, they had been created with warfare in mind. Point defense lasers tracked and engaged the incoming fighters with lethal precision, while quantum-enhanced shields absorbed the first salvos from the capital ships. Confluence vessel is taking heavy fire, Patel warned. Their temporal shields are failing. Chen opened a channel to their allies. Nexus Guide, we need 10 minutes. Can you hold? Zereki's crystalline features showed strain but determination. We will endure, Commander. But what can you hope to accomplish in 10 minutes against such force? We're about to show you why humanity survived on a death world, Chen replied. Dr. Webb. Status. Webb's fingers danced across his console, sweat beading on his forehead. Quantum calculations at 60%. Commander, I think I found something in their attack pattern. The Void Hunter ships, they're maintaining perfect formation even during combat maneuvers. Meaning? Their ships must be quantum-linked for coordination. If we can disrupt that link. A massive impact rocked the Hawking, sending warning lights flashing across every console. Hull breach on Deck 4. Kumar reported. Emergency containment holding. Shields at 30%. Chen's mind raced through options. The Void Hunters clearly expected them to either flee or die. They weren't preparing for an actual fight, just a simple execution. That would be their mistake. Dr. Webb, forget the distress call. Can you use our quantum array to interfere with their ship-to-ship communications? Webb's eyes widened. Yes, yes. Their quantum links are sophisticated but rigid. If we generate a counter-frequency. Do it, Chen ordered. Lieutenant Patel, plot an attack vector directly through their formation. Lieutenant Kumar, prepare to divert all remaining power to weapons on my mark. The bridge crew stared at her in shock, but their training took over. Humanity hadn't survived on Earth by backing down from fights, even hopeless ones. Counter-frequency ready, Webb announced. Chen's grip tightened on her chair. All hands, brace for combat maneuvers. Let's show these hunters what happens when they corner something that bites back. The UES Hawking surged forward, its engines pushing beyond safety limits as it charged directly at the Void Hunters' formation. On the bridge, Commander Chen watched as the distance closed between their science vessel and the enemy fleet. The Void Hunters' initial surprise at their aggressive maneuver was evident in their delayed response. Counter-frequency active, Webb announced, his voice tight with concentration. Disrupting their quantum links. Now, the effect was immediate and devastating. The perfectly coordinated Void Hunter fleet suddenly broke formation, their ships veering wildly as their linked navigation systems failed. 2 destroyer-class vessels scraped shields, creating a cascade of energy discharges. Their coordination is breaking down, Kumar reported, unable to keep the excitement from his voice. Fighter squadrons are losing formation coherence. Chen leaned forward in her chair. Now we show them why you don't underestimate humans. Lieutenant Kumar, initiate attack pattern Sigma 3. The Hawking's scientific equipment revealed its true nature. What the Void Hunters had dismissed as simple research arrays suddenly reconfigured, quantum fields redirecting to create devastating weapon effects. The ship's forward gravimetric sensors, designed to study spatial anomalies, instead generated localized gravity wells that trapped and crushed enemy fighters. Multiple enemy fighters destroyed, Paddle reported. The capital ships are attempting to re-establish their quantum links. Chen allowed herself a grim smile. Not today. Dr. Webb, begin frequency modulation. Don't let them adapt. The Void Hunter commander's face appeared on their screen again, its compound eyes flickering with what might have been rage. Impossible. Your primitive vessel cannot possess such technology. You should have done your research, Chen replied calmly. Humanity evolved on a world that tried to kill us every day. We learned to turn everything into a weapon. Even our scientists are warriors. As if to emphasize her point, the Hawking's atmospheric analysis lasers, recalibrated to military frequencies, sliced through the hull of a Void Hunter frigate. The enemy vessel's shield harmonics have been calculated and countered by the same systems normally used to study stellar phenomena. Commander, Webb's excited voice cut through the chaos. I'm detecting massive quantum distortions, multiple ships emerging from quantum space. Chen's heart sank for a moment, expecting Void Hunter reinforcements. Instead, her tactical display lit up with recognition signals she knew all too well. The cavalry had arrived. 3 Earth warships dropped out of quantum space, their sleek forms bristling with weapons. Leading them was the EFS Nemesis, humanity's newest battlecruiser. Its quantum cannons were already charging, their signature unmistakable. UES Hawking. This is Admiral Helena Drake of the EF's Nemesis. A familiar voice came through their comms. Looks like you could use some company. Chen couldn't help but laugh. Your timing is impeccable, Admiral. Though I have to ask, how did you find us so quickly? When the Hawking's quantum signature went dark 3 months ago, we suspected you'd found something interesting. We've been shadowing your expedition ever since, cloaked in quantum fields, just waiting to see what you'd discover. Drake's voice carried a hint of pride. I must say, watching a science vessel take on a Void Hunter fleet was not what I expected. The Void Hunters were regrouping, but their formation was ragged, their previous confidence shattered. Their commander opened a channel to all ships, its synthesized voice carrying an edge of uncertainty that hadn't been there before. This is impossible. You are a pre-quantum civilization. Our intelligence confirmed it. Your intelligence was wrong, Admiral Drake responded. Humanity learned long ago to hide our true capabilities. We let the galaxy think we were primitive while we prepared for threats exactly like you. Now you have a choice: withdraw or learn firsthand why Earth is classified as a death world. The Void Hunter commander's mandibles clicked rapidly. You don't understand what you're interfering with. The confluence must fall. Their technology threatens the balance of power in this sector. No, Chen interrupted. You don't understand. Humanity doesn't care about your sector politics, but we do care about protecting those who ask for our help. The confluence is under our protection now. That's not negotiable. As if to emphasize her point, the EF's Nemesis fired a warning shot, its quantum cannon reducing a nearby asteroid to subatomic particles. The display of power was not subtle, nor was it meant to be. The Void Hunter fleet began to retreat, their ships limping away from the combined Earth forces. But Chen knew this wasn't over. They had just announced humanity's presence on the galactic stage in the most dramatic way possible. Admiral, she called out, I believe we have a lot to discuss. Indeed we do, Commander, Drake replied. I think it's time to tell you why we've been watching the Void Hunters for the past year. This encounter wasn't as accidental as you might think. Chen looked at the retreating enemy fleet, then at the damaged but defiant confluence vessel. Humanity had just stepped onto a much larger stage, and she had a feeling their reputation as Death Worlders was about to become legendary. Admiral Drake's hologram stood in the UES Hawking's conference room, her presence commanding attention even through the projection. Commander Chen sat with her senior staff, while Nexus Guide Zaraki's crystalline form shimmered nearby, still showing signs of strain from the recent battle. 6 months ago, Drake began, we detected quantum signatures similar to those you found today. Our deep space monitoring stations have been picking up fragments of communications, suggesting a force systematically destroying advanced civilizations. The Void Hunters weren't just pirates, they were technological parasites, targeting species on the verge of quantum supremacy. Chen leaned forward. You knew they were out here. Why wasn't the Hawking informed? Because, Commander, you weren't just on a scientific mission. You were bait. Drake's hologram gestured, bringing up a galactic map. Every research vessel we've sent to this sector has been equipped with modified quantum technology, deliberately designed to attract attention. We needed to draw them out. Zaraki's crystalline features shifted in what might have been surprise. You used your own people as lures, knowing the Void Hunter's reputation. With their full knowledge and consent, Drake corrected. Every crew member aboard Earth's deep space vessels is a volunteer, trained for combat scenarios. We've learned the hard way that the galaxy isn't always friendly. The tactical display updated, showing the positions of the retreating Void Hunter fleet. They had regrouped at the edge of the system, their ships forming a defensive pattern. They're not leaving, Lieutenant Kumar observed. They're waiting for reinforcements. Let them come, Drake said with a predatory smile. The Nemesis isn't alone out here. We've had battle groups positioned throughout this sector for months, all cloaked with quantum field technology. The Void Hunters think they've encountered a single Earth battle group. They're about to discover how wrong they are. As if on cue, quantum distortions rippled across their sensor displays. The Void Hunters' reinforcements had arrived, a massive fleet of over 20 capital ships, emerging from quantum space in an attack formation. But they weren't the only ones revealing themselves. One by one, Earth vessels dropped their quantum cloaks. Destroyers, cruisers, and battleships appeared like ghosts materializing from the void. The Void Hunters found themselves surrounded by the largest human fleet ever assembled outside Earth space. 35 ships, Chen whispered, counting the Earth vessels. You've been planning this for months. Years, Drake corrected. Ever since we first detected signs of the Void Hunters' activities. Humanity might prefer peace, Commander, but we never forgot the lessons Earth taught us. We prepare for war so thoroughly that our enemies mistake our preparations for natural evolution. The Void Hunters' command ship opened a channel, its transmission carrying across all frequencies. The insectoid commander's voice had lost its previous condescension, replaced by something close to fear. This is impossible. Our intelligence networks, our observers, how did we miss this level of military buildup? Because we wanted you to miss it. Drake responded, her voice carrying across all channels. While you watched our civilian ships, counted our colonies, and measured our official military presence, you never thought to look deeper. Humanity learned deception before we learned to make fire. Now you face not just a death world species, but one that has been waiting for you. The Earth fleet moved with perfect coordination, their formations creating an inescapable net around the Void Hunter forces. What had started as a hunt had become a trap, with humanity as the hunter. Your species has one chance, Drake continued. Surrender your ships, withdraw from this sector, and release all data on the civilizations you've destroyed. In return, you'll be allowed to retreat to your own territory with minimal losses. The Void Hunter commander's mandibles clicked rapidly, its compound eyes reflecting the tactical displays showing its fleet's hopeless position. And if we refuse, then we show you exactly why Earth species evolved to be apex predators. Drake replied coldly, your choice. In the tense silence that followed, Chen turned to Zaraki. Your people, how many other civilizations have the Void Hunters destroyed? The crystalline being's surface rippled with emotion. Dozens, perhaps hundreds. They've been operating for centuries, targeting any species that reached a certain level of technological advancement. We thought ourselves safe, hidden behind our quantum barriers. We never imagined that someone would fight back. Chen finished. That's the thing about humans, Nexus Guide. We don't just fight back. We hunt the hunters. The Void Hunter fleet's formation began to shift, their ships moving into attack positions. They had made their choice. Admiral Drake's hologram smiled grimly. So be it. All Earth vessels, execute Operation Thunderbolt. Show them why humanity is the apex predator they should have feared all along. Operation Thunderbolt began with a simultaneous quantum strike from 35 Earth vessels. The space between the fleets erupted with weapons fire that bent the fabric of reality itself. The Void Hunters' superior technology meant nothing in the face of humanity's overwhelming preparation and tactical genius. Multiple direct hits, Kumar reported from the Hawking's tactical station. Their quantum shields are failing under concentrated fire. The battle unfolded like a deadly dance, with Earth ships moving in perfect coordination. Years of drilling and preparation showed in every maneuver, every precision strike. The Void Hunters fought back with desperate ferocity, but they were facing an enemy that had evolved to overcome seemingly impossible odds. Their fleet is breaking formation, Patil announced. 3 of their capital ships have sustained critical damage. Admiral Drake's voice cut through the chaos. All ships, execute containment pattern Delta. Don't let any of them escape. We need their databases intact. The Void Hunter's command ship suddenly broke from the main fleet, its engines pushing to maximum power as it attempted to flee. But humanity had planned for this too. Quantum torpedoes. Drake ordered, disable their engines. The hunt ends today. The ESS Nemesis fired a spread of torpedoes that phased through normal space, reappearing inside the command ship's shield perimeter. The explosions were precisely calculated, destroying the vessel's propulsion systems while leaving its core systems intact. Enemy command ship is dead in space, Kumar reported. The rest of their fleet is standing down. Chen turned to Zaraki, who had watched the battle in stunned silence. Your people are safe now, Nexus Guide, and not just yours. The crystalline being's surface rippled with complex emotions. We had heard stories of Earth, whispers of a death world that produced sentient life. But this, you didn't just defeat them. You hunted them, contained them. This was never a battle. It was an execution. No, Chen corrected gently. This was justice. The Void Hunters preyed on species they thought were weaker than them. They never considered that one of those primitive species might be waiting for them, might have the patience to set a trap over years. Admiral Drake's hologram nodded in agreement. The Void Hunters' databases will give us the locations of every civilization they targeted. We'll help rebuild what they destroyed, establish contact with survivors. The galaxy is about to become a very different place, and humanity's role in it. Zaraki asked. That depends on the galaxy, Drake replied. We prefer peace. Earth taught us to be warriors, yes, but it also taught us the value of cooperation, of protecting those who cannot protect themselves. The Void Hunters forced our hand. We'll help rebuild what they destroyed, but we won't rule over anyone. The battle was over. Across the sector, Earth ships were securing Void Hunter vessels, their crews surrendering in the face of overwhelming defeat. But Chen knew this was just the beginning. 3 months later, the UEAS Hawking floated in orbit around a world that had once been home to one of the Void Hunters' victims. Below them, Earth engineering teams worked alongside surviving aliens, rebuilding what had been destroyed. The ship's quantum arrays, restored to their original scientific purpose, mapped the damage and helped guide the reconstruction efforts. Commander, Webb called from his station. We're receiving a transmission from the surface. It's the local council. The alien faces that appeared on their screen were different from both the Confluence and the Void Hunters, reptilian features marked by bioluminescent patterns. Their spokesperson bowed slightly. Commander Chen, our people have discussed your proposal at length. We would be honored to join the coalition of free species under Earth's protection. Chen smiled. Across the sector, similar scenes were playing out. The species that had survived the Void Hunters' predation were coming together, with humanity serving not as conquerors but as guardians. We welcome you, she replied. And we promise you this. Never again will predators like the Void Hunters be allowed to threaten peaceful civilizations. Earth stands ready to protect all who seek peace. As she ended the transmission, Chen looked out at the stars. Humanity had emerged from its death world crucible not just as warriors, but as protectors. They had learned to fight so that others wouldn't have to be strong so they could defend the weak. The galaxy was changing. The age of the hunters was over. The age of humanity, of protection, rebuilding, and peace maintained by strength, had begun. In the great void of space, Earth ships continued their patrols, their crews ever vigilant. They carried with them not just the strength of their death world origins, but the wisdom to use that strength in defense of others. The signal that had brought humanity's wrath had led to something greater. It had brought humanity's protection to a galaxy that desperately needed it.